Finding problems, that's easy. They exist in every community. I'm Terry Springs, your host. We're looking deeper, and we are talking solutions, finding out how we all can make a difference. Now on Talking Solutions, want to welcome back a friend of ours, Mary Beth Sewald. Is it president of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce?
It is, Terry. You're right.
You've had so many wonderful roles here in Nevada. Your television background, that led you to being executive director for the Nevada Broadcasters Association. And now, what a great position.
Yeah, you know, Terry, I'm truly blessed. I have loved living in Nevada almost 30 years now, about 28 years. And I started, like you said, in radio and television, worked at Channel 3 for many years, and worked my way up through news and sales and then into management. And then, like you said, Nevada Broadcasters Association. And now I just could not be more thrilled to be at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce, serving our business community.
Commerce being part of the title, a Chamber of Commerce by its sheer nature is there to serve businesses.
Exactly.
And I would imagine one of the other things you do, envision starting a small business. I saw a lot of this during the downturn because a lot of people ended out of jobs and they're like, what am I going to do? And a lot of people just stepped out and said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. That business that I've been thinking about for so long. But I would imagine that a lot of those small businesses are stunted in their growth. Is part of the role of the Chamber of Commerce to bring the business community together so that businesses all know about each other so that they support each other?
Absolutely, Terry. You really hit the nail right on the head. The small business community in Las Vegas, you know, about 85% of our membership at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber is made up of small businesses. And it's hard out there. It's hard to run a small business. You're almost working 24/7, and they need those resources that we provide at the Chamber. They need those connections. They need business resources, and they need to connect with their fellow business people in town to help each other grow and thrive. And there's really no better place to do that than through the Las Vegas Metro Chamber.
I just know that we are so sad. In our neighborhood, we live down at Mountain's Edge, and there was a small business down there with wonderful Mediterranean food and then a coffee shop attached, and we were just concerned maybe they weren't marketing it enough, and they went on to fail. Now they're gone. It seems like there are tools out there to help expand your reach.
There are so many tools, and you can get them all through the Chamber. We do everything from help with people's advertising. We have several platforms. Our digital and social media is very robust. We just recently also launched a new television show called Like Nobody's Business. That's a really exciting way to get your name out as well. We feature our businesses on the TV show. We also interview some of the top businesses and community leaders in town talking about issues that are so important and that affect our businesses here in Las Vegas. But we help businesses with their advertising. We also provide resources like lobbying. At the Las Vegas Metro Chamber, we have the largest and most robust government affairs team in the entire state, if not the West Coast. It's very large, and we spend a lot of time in Carson City, Washington, D.C., state, local, federal levels, all levels of government advocating on behalf of our businesses across the entire state. So it's really kind of surprising. You wouldn't know how many resources actually do exist at the Chamber for businesses large and small.
So for a business of any size,
Absolutely.
If they have not accessed all of the resources available through the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, they're missing a beat here.
Completely.
Because while they're sitting there going, how are we going to make this? We're not making what we thought we would make. They need to reach out and say, let's join the community that is the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce and see what we can fix there.
Yeah. You know, I've heard so many stories. John Pennington is one of our small business members, and he owns a printing company. He told me a story of how he started. When he first started, he put every penny he had into his local business, his print shop, and he told me how destitute he was. He lost his home. It was really a struggle, and he went to the Chamber's ribbon cutting this one day, and it was because of the Chamber, he's now able to have 2 stores. He's grown from being destitute and just starting out, and he really worked his Chamber membership. He went to all the events that we have. He really got online and utilized all of our company resources that we provide. And the other day he was telling me, he said, now my company is so strong, I hardly even have to go in. And he really credits the Chamber. And I was just so thrilled for him. It was such an inspirational story.
Success stories.
Yeah.
To get it up and running and healthy is what everybody wants with their business.
Yeah.
We're talking with Mary Beth Sewald, president of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Mary Beth, when you were mentioning the television show that you've started called Like Nobody's Business,
Yes.
I can relate to that because this show, Talking Solutions, is all about making people aware of things that will help us fix the problems in our community, the charities, the individuals, the companies as well, who are trying to make a difference. We love to shine a light on those positive things, and it sounds like that's kind of the approach that you're talking about with the program as well.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. You know, we did a show last week that's airing all month on Cox, Channel 96, on their Your View channel, 96 and 1096. We interviewed Steve Hill, the COO at the LVCVA, and he was talking about the convention center expansion and how great that's going to be for tourism and conventions here in Las Vegas. And we really needed to expand and improve on that convention center. So we're excited about that. We really were shining a light, as you say, on that need. And then we also interviewed Mr. Terry Shirey from Nevada State Bank and Jeremy Aguero of Applied Analysis. They talked about the economy. And like you said, people are still concerned about the economy and where we've been. Now things are starting to come back. It was a very optimistic report. And so I think that really shines a light, too, on the economy and the numbers that we're looking forward to here in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas is in the growth mode again, but I think it's really important that we all take the right steps to maximize that and make that work for us.
Absolutely.
The Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce, you're out there for businesses of any kind, any size. You have events going on. Something very soon, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
The pop-up business showcase?
Yes, ma'am. Wednesday, May 23rd from 3 to 7. It's at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce, and it only costs $15 to go. The Chamber has created a trade show opportunity. It's a chance to see and experience the latest and greatest that the small businesses especially have to offer in Las Vegas. They don't get a chance to get out there as much because a lot of these expos are expensive. It costs a lot for them, and they don't have the time or the wherewithal. But this also includes an educational component. You can learn about financing, networking, mixers, and of course fun beverages and things like that. So it's really a chance to get in there and mix and mingle with other top-notch businesses, small and large. So we're excited about that. Again, that's on Wednesday, May 23rd.
Do you get a kick out of introducing one business to another?
Yeah.
When they go, hey, wait a minute, your services would work really well with mine, and you see the connections starting to click.
You know, Terry, that is probably our forte and our strength at the Chamber, to connect people with like-minded and maybe even companies that complement each other, like you said. It's an opportunity for them both to grow. And they do that through the Chamber. And I'm so excited to have that role. It's beyond fun and wonderful.
When people come through for Talking Solutions, our guests on our show, I've got all these business cards on my desk. Someone will come by and mention some other need, and I go, wait, I got somebody for you. And I love bringing people together for what will be a strong partnership.
Absolutely. It just helps us all. We become good business partners. We become friends. We all want to help each other, and that's the beauty of it, and everybody succeeds.
At the end of the year, we always have a small business Saturday. One of my favorite things. I think we also need to keep in mind that doing it one time a year is not going to keep anybody in business.
Right. We have to patronize our local businesses all the time. They're the lifeblood of our economy here, and they need local shoppers. They need us to shop local, buy local. We've made a concerted effort to remind folks to do that. I think it's made a big impact.
We're talking with Mary Beth Sewald, the president of Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. You're going to D.C. here before too long.
Yes, we are. It is our honor, actually, to advocate on behalf of businesses of Las Vegas and then, of course, all of Nevada. It's our annual Washington, D.C. fly-in, July 15th through the 20th. And we are taking a group of about 60-plus local business leaders, legislators, elected officials. We're all going to Washington, D.C. We spend about a week there, like I said, July 15th through the 20th. And we like to invite folks to go. So if your listeners would like to go with us on this trip, they could go to lvchamber.com and join us. You don't have to be a member. We think everybody should be a chamber member, but you don't have to be. But it's an opportunity to join other business and community leaders from across the whole state to really represent all of us and to give us a bigger voice in Washington, D.C. We'll be advocating for federal policies there like I-11, Interstate 11 funding, increased Homeland Security funding, travel and tourism issues, and of course, we'll be there to talk about Yucca Mountain as well.
Yucca Mountain.
Yes.
It's back in the news again.
It is. The Chamber has been in staunch opposition of Yucca since it ever came up. We feel like that's one of the biggest issues that we have to advocate on behalf of our businesses in D.C.
Governor Brian Sandoval had an excellent piece expressing his reasons for being against Yucca Mountain. One of the things he said was, why don't you put it someplace where people actually want it,
Right.
because that's not us.
Right.
We don't want the stuff out on the roads. There could be problems, and we don't want to store it up in Yucca Mountain.
It's about 90 miles away from Las Vegas, and could you imagine if something went wrong? Just the perception alone of tourists thinking about coming to Las Vegas, if their perception is that there is a danger here or a perceived threat of any kind, especially spent nuclear hazardous waste, what do you think that would do to our tourism and conventions? We feel strongly that that would have a very negative impact on us.
Here we're talking about D.C. and we're talking about Yucca Mountain and different things that have a political angle. But the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce is actually inviting both sides to come and talk to us.
Yes. At the Las Vegas Metro Chamber, we are kind of Switzerland. We endorse candidates who are pro-business. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle they're on. If they are pro-business, we will consider them. And there is a rigorous interview process that happens with the Government Affairs Committee at the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. We do have a couple of events coming up that we'd also like to invite your listeners to. It's the Business Power Luncheon with Senator Dean Heller, and that's happening on Tuesday, May 29th from 11:15 to 1 p.m. at the Strip View Pavilion at the Thomas & Mack Center. These Business Power Luncheons and the one with Senator Heller is a great opportunity for everybody to hear Nevada's senators, congressional delegation on issues that are happening in Washington, D.C. and things that affect us here in Nevada. So we're really excited and looking forward to having Senator Heller at the Business Power Luncheon on Tuesday, May 29th.
And then right after that, Dina Titus.
The very next day, we have a breakfast, Eggs and Issues, with Congresswoman Dina Titus. That's on Wednesday, May 30th from 8 to 9:30. And that one, Terry, is going to be at the Golden Nugget. That starts again at 8:30. 8 o'clock, you can come in and start to mix and mingle with everybody. Congresswoman Titus, she'll talk a lot about the latest on federal issues also impacting Southern Nevada, like Yucca Mountain and like I-11, things like that. So through Eggs and Issues, that's really a great way for the chamber members to connect with our congressional representatives because they're so accessible. They'll answer questions. There's always a Q&A and everybody can participate. I highly recommend those. They're very educational and it's a great way to see other business leaders in Las Vegas and then our elected officials as well.
Once again, meeting up with other business owners,
right.
That connection can happen. Plus, you'll be able to get your concern in front of the people representing us in Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of things going on with the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce.
We really do. And then one other thing, if I could mention,
Sure.
June is Public Safety Month.
Yes.
And we have a lot of events going on at the Metro Chamber. We're going to be highlighting several aspects of public safety throughout the entire month. There will be opportunities for businesses to understand how they can prepare to protect their employees and customers and public safety emergencies, things like that. So it'll be very educational. It's all happening through the chamber. Also, we mentioned the TV show Like Nobody's Business. That will focus on public safety as well. We're fortunate enough to have Nevada's Homeland Security Chief Caleb Cage will be on the show. And we'll also have Sheriff Lombardo. So Public Safety Month in June, and we're very excited because we'll have so many events and it'll be very educational as well. We want to help people. We're teaming up with AMR, the ambulance company, and they have been a huge help with this particular initiative for the chamber. And we really want to educate people on how they can learn CPR, all kinds of skills we're going to be teaching folks in the month of June. Be on the lookout for that on our website as well.
And events like this would be free of charge?
Yes, all free of charge.
A lot of things going on with the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. We're talking with President Mary Beth Sewald. You know all the links and everything are going to be on our Talking Solutions Facebook page, along with the podcast of our discussion today. Mary Beth, you know that we always ask as part of Talking Solutions, what can we do to help you?
Terry, that's a great question. I think you're already doing a lot to help us. I'm a broadcaster at heart, and I love the fact that you want to educate and shine a light on things that are out there in the community, issues, whether they're good things, they're challenges that we have. So I think that is one of the biggest and best services you can provide as a broadcaster and a good citizen of the community. In terms of the chamber, you're a great partner with us, Beasley Media Group, and we appreciate that. And just helping us to educate people on how the Las Vegas Metro Chamber can help businesses and thus help the economy grow and thrive. If listeners are out there in their businesses of any kind or they know a business that needs resources, send them our way. I will talk to them personally. I'm getting infamous for giving out my cell phone number. I want people to call if they have questions or if we can help them.
I had mentioned earlier in our discussion about the little restaurant and coffee shop in my area in Mountain's Edge, which I really loved, and I did frequent. But just because we went there wasn't enough to make it work. I wish that I had known to direct them to the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Mary Beth Sewald is president of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
You have covered it all.
Mary Beth Sewald, thank you so much for joining us today on Talking
Excellent.
Solutions.
Thank you, Terry. Good to be here.